I feel like we switched very abruptly from summer into fall/winter weather. Like there was not really much of a transition. It was just very hot and now it's cold and rainy. There's not even like a grace period of like a month or a month and a half or 2 months. But no, it just looks like sadness outside. Well, at least I have my coffee. Hello everyone, I'm here today to share with you guys a video testing out some new drugstore launches. There have been a bunch of them that have sort of just piled up over time for me, and I'm excited to kind of like pull them all out and test them all at once for you. And I'll do a full day wear test for you guys so you know what it's looking like by the end of the day, see what's worth it and what's not. I do this for all of my full face of testing new makeup in case you're interested, because I feel like first impressions are great and that's good to know if a product like right off the bat isn't working, but like if it's gonna wear off and die and look terrible by the end of the day, then it's also not worth it. Wear off and die. Wow, that was dramatic, Rachel. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you do and you want to see more of these testing of new products. If you have any requests or if there have been any videos recently that you really like that I've done, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what videos you want to see more of. I really appreciate it. It helps me a lot. Make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos every Thursday and also on Sunday. And that's everything. Is there anything else I need to say? Nope, I think that's good. So without further ado, let's get into this. So the first product we're going to play around with is the Maybelline Soda Pop palette, and this just recently came in. I'm excited to kind of play around with. It's got a couple of fun pops of color in here, and this is the sister palette to the Lemonade Craze palette. At least I assume so, considering they look very similar. Going along with a whole like beverage theme I see. And I know they won't do it because everything is like non-alcoholic, but I really want them to launch a mimosa palette. How cute would that be? So it looks like we have a bunch of shimmers, a couple of mattes in here, and we're all playing along this whole like soda pop theme, though the colors to me, like they seem to work well, but I'm not really fully understanding the choices. Like I kind of want to like just mix a bunch of these colors together and just see how cohesive they are. In terms of the swatching, not loving it. Now again, I say this in all of my videos, sometimes the swatching does not match up to how it looks on the eyes. It can be an entirely different experience, and every single time I never know why I swatch them in the first place. But I really like this like grape soda color. It has almost like a bluey purple undertone to it that's really nice, and it's like calling my name right now. So let's like put some stuff on the eyes and see what we come up with. I just spilled coffee over everything because of course I did. But fortunately I didn't spill it all over the brushes that I just washed. That would be annoying. So let's start with chilling right here as a base to work off of as per usual. This is actually a really good shade for me because it's just light enough that it blends into my skin tone really nicely, but it's not too light that you don't notice it. Now that this shade is on, let's go in with that orange shade I've been talking about, Crushing. Get it? Because Orange Crush, but they can't use that because legal. You're sneaky, Maybelline, I see you. And I'm going to put this right into the crease, and I'm going to cover it up with some brown, but I want it to add some warmth to the look, and I want it to just like poke through. Does that make sense? This orange shade is actually applying really, really nicely. Very, very smooth, very pigmented. I like it. Okay, and then I'm gonna go over the line again with Chilling, just to kind of smooth it out a bit. All right, now I'm gonna go on to this shade right here. It's just like a nice warm brown. And I'm gonna place that just like even deeper into the crease. I like this brush. Another brush. This is turning much more Halloween than I had anticipated. Let's take a little bit of Cherry on top right here. And again, I'm just gonna go over that and more into the outer V. The colors are very, very pigmented. They're building nicely and they're layering well. They're like, it looks good. Does anyone else have like one spot on their eye that like never wants to hold pigment? Is it just me? It's like right here. Drives me crazy. What do I want to play with next? I think what I want to do is I want to take some of that, like that grape pop that I was like really obsessed with, and I want to put that on the center of the lid. Because again, it's so pretty. I don't know how I'm gonna make these work, but we'll go for it. Actually, I'm kind of digging this whole like fiery purple thing going on. Anyone else? Like, I think this is gonna look kind of cool because I'm gonna add in some blue to kind of like tie it together. I don't know, I'm excited. I think I'm gonna put this all over. See what that looks like. This is fun. Oh, that is such a beautiful purple. I hope it's picking up on camera the way it is in like person. so beautiful. I'm gonna take a little bit of tonic, the shade right here, and I just wanna dust it over like the center of the lid. Just over top, just to brighten it a bit. It's subtle, but I like it. Now I wanna extend this crease a little bit that I created and just bring that in just a bit, just to help like create the shape I'm going for. And then I want to take a nice tiny brush, and I want to put some of that blue in to just sort of like pull everything together. I don't know, I kind of like this palette. It's pretty fun. The shades are blending really well. They're very pigmented. They seem to meld well together, and I played with like a whole bunch of the colors. Obviously this is not a completed look, but I think it's a good start. I like it. So now we're just gonna do the other side off camera and we'll be right back. All right, eyeshadows on, put on a little mascara because I didn't have a new one. And this eyeliner, I talked about it on Thursday. It's by Essence. Amazing. I'll link it up in the cards and at the end of the video in case you're interested in watching it, but it's so good. But now I wanna go on to another liner. This is by Kiss. This is their Waterproof Wonders. I don't know how to rate Kiss. Kiss is drugstore, right? But this is supposed to be entirely smudge proof, waterproof, not budge. So I'm gonna put it on the upper waterline and just kind of see if it stays there all day. That'd be great. So we're just gonna try and smudge this in a little bit and just see if it stays put. This is also a really great trick for making your lashes look a lot thicker, is kind of focusing it more towards the root of the lash, and it'll kind of fill in all those gaps and make your lashes look a lot fuller, and it really makes that line look a lot blacker, but you don't lose any lid space. I really like this trick. Now moving on to the face. My braid is not holding itself together well. Like, why are you going rogue on me? Can you just stay with the rest of the hairs? Oh. But now moving on to the face, I'm going to start with a primer. This is by CoverGirl. It is their True Blend Illuminating Primer. And the fact that it says illuminating, it means that it is fairly self-explanatory. I don't believe I have tested this one out before. I wouldn't put it past me to have tested it, but I don't remember. Let's see how glowy this actually is. I can see glow. Can you guys see glow? I mean, it's not like super over the top, but I can see it. So I put primer on this side, none on this side. Can we see the difference? Like, I feel like yes, right? That's pretty glowy, like in a subtle way. We don't want to look like a disco ball, people. It feels very smooth. It has a little bit of like a light scent to it. It's not too obnoxious. It feels very light on the skin too. I actually like the nice like soft glowy look. Like I can see why people would maybe wear this on its own for like no makeup days. It looks very nice. For foundation today, this is one that I've heard a lot about, and it's been both positive and negative, so I'm kind of curious to see what it does on my skin. This is by Makeup Revolution. It's their Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. I have tested out the concealer before and I really liked it. It's very full coverage. It blends out really nicely and it's not too over drying, but it's not too oily either. So this comes in 24 different shades. It's an oil-free formula that's going to dry down to a demi-matte finish. It is buildable. It's supposed to be full coverage as well. And yeah, let's test it out. They actually sent me a bunch of different shades, so I'm gonna see which color I actually am, because I tried out their stick foundation and I chose F5, which was not the right shade. I was laughing so hard because when I tested it out, I got so many comments from you guys saying like, no, Rachel, don't do it. But it was fun. I made it work. It was fun. So let's start with F4 and kind of work our way from there. Let's put that right there. Oh, you know what? That's a pretty good shade match. Pretty good. A little bit on the light side though. Okay, then let's try F5. A little bit on the dark side. You know what? I take that back. That feels like a much better match. Just a little bit more warmth to it. Should I try 6? That's not gonna be a good idea, right? We're gonna do it anyway. Wait, hang on. Is 6 lighter than 5? How is that possible? Makeup Revolution, do you not know how numbers work? Maybe if I mix these two. Yeah. Okay, I just had to like custom color combo it. Okay, all right. So let's stripe this business. I don't really know how much to apply, so we'll start light and we'll work our way up. This is disgusting sounding. Think I hear this? Gross. I'm just gonna take my sponge and like blend all that in. As again, I have 2 different shades on and I want them to mix together. Okay, so now that this is on my face, let's look at it. It's giving my skin almost this like make it be airbrush kind of a look. Like it looks like I have foundation on, but not in a bad way. I'll do a little video on my phone so you guys can see up close what I'm talking about. Like I can see the product on my skin, but it looks very like smooth. Now my skin isn't on the oily side, and I think this foundation is supposed to be geared towards those who have oilier complexions. My skin tends to be more like dehydrated / normal, I guess, a little bit. So we'll see how this wears throughout the day. So far, I like how it looks. I'm worried it's gonna start like looking a little patchy on my forehead though. I can see it starting to look a little patchy. Oh, let's fix that. Oh, it just sounds disgusting. Now I'm gonna throw on a little concealer. This one I have used before, but it's drugstore, so we're gonna talk about it. This is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable concealer. I have all of the fair shades. So today I think I'm gonna go with the neutral one. It's just a really good concealer. I feel like no one talks about how good it is. We're gonna blend this, we're gonna set it, and then on to a contour trio. Okay, before I go into the trio, I wanna show you guys, I finished up the under eye. I really like how this look has turned out. I added some of the, hold on, I'll grab the colors. Great Pop right along the inner part of the lower lash line, and then smudged it into Cherry on top in the outer lash line. I added a little bit of a nude liner just to the lower waterline. I really like how it like makes my eyes look bigger. And then I took a teeny tiny bit of root beer with a skinny little flat brush and just applied it like right into the lower lashes, and it just sort of like tied everything together, and I like how it looks. So the trio I'm gonna use is by CoverGirl. This is their Chocoholic Contour Palette that is chocolate scented, and the verdict is, I don't think that's chocolate, CoverGirl. That smells like a factory. So this particular contour trio, they've decided to go with 2 highlights and then 1 contour shades in the middle. Let's see what these like highlights look like though. Ooh, they're very soft. Little bit on the crumbly side though. Okay, yeah, they're a little bit powdery. I can feel like the powder coming off of my hands. And these shades are way too dark for me, which makes me question this contour shade. This may be way too dark. I don't know, maybe it'll work. Do I have any other? Maybe this one's too dark for me. Hang on. There's also this one. This is their True Blend Serving Sculpt palette. This one has a blush, a highlight, and a contoury bronzer shade. Oh, hi, hello. So my camera decided that the SD card was full and it was not going to inform me. So let me catch you up on what you missed. So I applied this contour shade right here from the True Blend Serving Sculpt palette. I didn't like this highlight shade. It was just a little too pink for me. And these shades are very, very powdery. They do blend out very nicely on the skin, but just something that's kind of like a heads up. And then for highlight, I used this shade right here from the True Blend Super Stunner palette, which is 3 different highlight shades. It's fine. You can kind of see it. Kinda, but it's just not my favorite. I even tried mixing in a little bit of this one, which felt a little bit more metallic, and again, just not super impressed. So now going on to the blush, tested out some of these Rimmel Maxi blushes. There are 4 different shades here, which I will show you. 2 softer, more pastel-y shades, and then 2 more like berry tone shades. So I played around with these 2 ones right here. Just a heads up, this one, which is called Third Base, has a little bit of gold glitter in it, which does show up in the skin. Did not like it. But I put a little bit of this one, which is Sweet Cheeks, on top, and it was really pretty. It like picks up on some of those warm like orangey tones in the eyeshadow. I just like how it looks. I basically like, I dusted this basically all over my face, if I'm honest. Like, I feel like I'm gonna be reaching for this a lot. So what I'm gonna be testing out today is the new lip product by Rimmel. This is their Stay Satin Liquid Lipstick. I picked the most intense color. This, I believe, launched in the summertime, and it is a sister product to their Stay Matte Liquid Lipsticks, which are also really beautiful, fairly long wearing, and they feel really comfortable on the lips and almost give this nice like blurred matte effect. It says here it's supposed to be high intensity color, satin finish, and supposed to last on the lips for up to 8 hours. 8 hours. We'll see about that. But basically it's supposed to be lightweight and also feel really comfortable on the lips, which sometimes matte lipsticks don't tend to be, or they can enhance any dryness you have on your lips. So I'm going to take off the lip balm that I have on my lips currently, and let's swatch a couple of these and just see what the consistency is like. This is in shoulder pads right here, and this is just a nice neutral like brownie pink shade. Very creamy. Terrible swatch, but very creamy. And let's do like a red shade. What's this? This is in the shade Redicals. Get it? Oh, makeup puns. So there is the swatch right there. Not my greatest work, but I do like that color. Again, it's just very smooth. It's just gliding on very seamlessly. And let's try one more shade. This one is sort of like jumping out to me. This is in Scrunchy. Very nice like summery shade. Oh, yes. Oh man, I wish I had seen this in the summertime. I would have totally rocked that. Okay, so let's see what this looks like on the lips. I'm gonna start with one of the lighter shades, see what that looks like, and then we'll try a deeper shade as well. Just because sometimes there is a difference between the lighter tones and the darker tones and how they apply to the lips. So I'm gonna give them both a go. What's this one? This one is As If, which might be a little light, but we're gonna try it. That's a very nice, like really soft nude shade that's not too brown and not too pink. Does it have a scent to it? No. It smells like the factory where they make candy. There's just a hint of candy scent, but mostly just factory. The shade is actually really pretty with this look. I kind of like it. It feels very soft on the lips, like barely there kind of consistency. And it does have this almost like satin-like effect on the lips. It's like a demi matte. It's not thick, it's not glossy, but it's not a hard matte either. Feels very comfortable. I like it. Now let's see what these dark shades look like. Let's try this one. This is For Sure, kind of like a dusty fuchsia tone. Look how pigmented that was. That was one stroke, people. I love the applicator on this too. It's nice and thin and pointed at the edge, so you can really get a nice crisp line with these darker shades. That's really pretty. Now I'm gonna keep this one on because I want to see how long wearing it is, how it wears, and like where it tends to wear off and all those things, because I don't think I would see it as much from one of these lighter shades, though I do like this one better for this particular look. That's just me. So I'm gonna go about my day. We'll see how everything wears and I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Hey guys, it is now the end of the day and this is what my makeup is looking like. I say overall my makeup is looking pretty good, but I do have some thoughts. So first of all, the lip product, it did not hold up that well. It kept getting on my teeth. It did wear off fairly like smoothly, I have to say, like through eating and drinking, even though it was showing up on the rim of the glass, it wasn't like coming off really patchy or anything like that. When I ate stuff though, it was a mess. So unless you plan on not eating or drinking anything for 8 hours, then it's not gonna hold up that long. It was really pretty and it felt really good on the lips, but it is something you're gonna have to touch up. The eyeshadow is amazing. I really, really like this palette. I think they did a great job. It blended out super nicely. I liked the color combinations, really fun, loved that. Blush, again, really liked it. It's still showing up really nicely on my skin. The foundation is nice. It's still holding up. You can see it still looking really, really good on my skin. The one thing I would, my arm is falling asleep. The one thing is I think I would use a different primer for it, just because my pores are looking a little enlarged, just sort of like on my forehead and around the sides of my nose. And I think if I chose a different primer, I could avoid that. And I think if you had any sort of dryness or rough patches or texture on your skin, I feel like this particular foundation would really enhance it, unfortunately. I think it's holding up really strong. I think if you have oily skin, this is probably gonna be a really great foundation for you, because I have not, I don't look shiny at all by end of day. In some foundations, I can look a little like oily on the T-zone area. So that's held up really well and it has not budged all day, which is insane. I feel like it needs like a pore minimizing primer underneath for it to really like be its best self, you know? And then the other thing I wanted to note was the black liner. Now I did have a white liner on the bottom and a black liner on top, so the bottom has become like a little bit gray. But for the most part, like it hasn't transferred underneath my eyes. It's held up pretty well, I'd have to say, for a black liner on my waterline. Sometimes that does not hold up super well. What do you guys think? What is a product that you are excited to test out? Is there anything that you've tried that you like, that you don't like? Leave me a comment down below. Let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Check out the videos on the screen if you've missed any, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos every Thursday and Sunday. And that's everything. I hope you guys are having an awesome, awesome Sunday, and I'll see you guys all on Thursday. Love you all. Mwah.